you tapping into LinkedIn groups to grow your business? In this video, I'm going to show you how to find the right groups to join and best practices you can use to find new customers and referral sources. I'm also going to show you a strategy that almost no one is doing and is so easy and so powerful. It starts right now. Hey, I'm Brooke Miles and welcome back to another video where I teach you how to outshine your competitors on social media. Let's talk about LinkedIn groups. LinkedIn groups are like Facebook groups, except they're all professional and they're geared towards specific professions or industries or professional interests. You'll see groups you belong to by clicking on the 9 squares in the top right corner of your navigation bar and then clicking on Groups. Now, if you've never joined a LinkedIn group before, let me briefly show you the mechanics of that before we get to the strategies. Let's say you want to join a group that has small business owners as members. That's a type of group that I'd want to join. Type in small business, then select small business in groups. Now you'll see a list of groups along with their descriptions. Now, when you click into the group, you won't be able to see who all the members are, but you will be able to see who the admins are, as well as any first-degree connections of yours that are in the group. You also will not be able to see who is posting what until you're accepted in. Once you're accepted in, you'll be able to see who all the members are, and you'll also be able to see what people are posting. In the meantime, check out the description of the group and make sure you're the type of member that belongs in the group. For example, you're in the right profession or the right industry. Some groups also have rules listed, and if they have rules, they're listed underneath the description. I really recommend that you read those rules, and some of those rules can be pretty strict, but there are ways that you can work with those rules while still being productive in the group, and we'll talk about that soon. Then click on Request to Join and hope for the best. Now, every group has at least one administrator, and if the administrators are on the ball, they'll respond to your request to join pretty quickly. But as we know in life, not everyone is on the ball, so you may need to message them if you don't hear back. If the administrator is already a first-degree connection of yours, then it's easy enough for you to message them because you could just message them normally on LinkedIn. If you're not connected with them yet, you have 2 options. One is to send them an in-mail, which you can only do if you have a paid premium account. The other option is to try to connect with them, and when you try to connect with them and send that connection request, in your note to them, you can ask them about the group. Of course, if all else fails and you don't hear back, join another group. Clearly that group was not meant to be. Now let's look at which groups to join. Technically, you can join up to 100 groups, but why would you do that? You have a life, right? I recommend you request to join about 5 groups, because if you do that, about 2 or 3 of them will pan out. Or if you still just want to join everything, you can have up to 20 pending requests at one time. The key is to join groups that fall into one of 3 categories. The first are groups that teach you skills that help you do your job better. The second are groups that have people who are in related industries where you can refer business to each other. In other words, you can find referral partners. The third are groups where your potential customers are hanging out. Now, while the first group, of course, has its merits because we should always be learning new skills, today we're focusing on the second and third types of groups for growing your business. Hey, real quick, if you're liking this video so far and want to see more of my videos when they come out, be sure to subscribe and click on the notifications bell. Thanks. Let's start with groups where you can refer business to each other. Think of groups where the members are in related industries, where you guys aren't necessarily competing or the competition is only slight, but for the most part, you're talking to the same type of customer and can refer business to each other. For example, I'm a social media trainer and strategist, so great referral partners for me are SEO experts and graphic designers and web developers. Here are other examples of complementary industries. Realtors and estate attorneys, they refer business to each other. Dentists and oral surgeons, personal trainers and chiropractors, plumbers and roofers or other specialized tradespeople. Now let's look at the other category of groups, and those are groups whose members are your potential customers. You'll remember earlier in this video, I talked about joining a group that focused on small business, and that's because practically all of my clients are small business owners. Here's another example. A while back, I created a strategy for a client who does specialty flooring, and facilities managers are the main decision makers. So we looked for LinkedIn groups that had facilities managers or facilities management in the name, and we found some of those groups, and it's been really helpful. Once you're accepted into a group, how do you participate? The first thing is to make sure you really got the rules because you want to be on good behavior. Let's say your company sells educational materials for schools, so you request to join and you're accepted into a group called Education Strategies for Parents, Teachers, Educators, and School Staff. Here are the rules for this group, and by the way, if you like rules as much as I do, you will love these rules. Check this out. Thank you for joining. We only accept posts related to education strategies strategies, questions, answers, and interesting articles on the topic of education strategies. English language posts and comments only. No promotion or self-promotion. It's in all caps. Wow. If you post self-promotion, you will be blocked from the group and all of your posts will be removed. This includes posting about your products, your app, your blog, your book, your podcast, your consulting services, your podcast, your webinar/seminars, your PDFs, your job postings, etc. Just don't do it. This is not Amazon, eBay, or a place to sell your wares or make money. This is a place to come and share and learn education strategies. If your post is just a one-way sharing of something you want everyone to see or know, that's probably a sign it's a post that's going to get deleted. Your post should be inviting others to participate or to share information. Asking questions or starting a discussion, again, only about education or education strategies, is a good way to go. Another rule of thumb, give before you try to get. Like and comment on others' posts before you post something of your own. Pretty simple, right? Thanks for joining. Now you might be looking at these rules and thinking, dude, how can I sell my stuff? Let me first give you the obvious answer, but it's actually not the best answer. Then I'm going to give you the best answer. Here's the obvious answer. Post what they tell you to post. Share interesting articles or resources that help the other members. It's that simple. From a mechanic standpoint, there are two different ways to post. You can post either directly in the group or when you're on your home page of LinkedIn, simply click on Start a Post, and then instead of the post going to anyone, you can click on the drop-down menu and then Group Members, and then select the group you want your post to go to. That'll save you a little time. But even if you're not selling per se, every single time you post, your photo shows up, your name shows up, and your headline from your profile, which is your tagline, shows up. So people see what you do and what you offer. However, and this is why the obvious answer is not the best answer, what you find in groups, and I've seen this over and over again in groups across all different industries, regardless of the size of the group, is that there are a whole bunch of people in groups who are talking, but not enough people are listening. So when you post something out there, it's only going to get so far. So you ready for the best answer? And I'm telling you, almost no one is doing it. And it's so easy. Engage. Like your group members' posts. Comment on their posts. These people will get notifications that you're engaging with their content, and they're going to appreciate you, and they're going to want to find out more about you. And it opens up the opportunity to get to know each other. And ultimately, isn't that what you want? I'm telling you, people aren't doing this. Your competitors aren't doing this, but you can do this. But wait, it gets even better. Let's talk about messaging. Normally, if you want to message someone on LinkedIn, they have to be a first-degree connection, or you have to have a paid premium account so you can send that person in mail. But when you're in a group, you can message anyone in that group. You don't even have to be connected to them. LinkedIn used to have a limit of messaging up to 15 group members in 1 month, but they got rid of that limit, so now it's unlimited. That's just so awesome. Of course, when you message anyone on LinkedIn, group member or not, make sure to focus on that person, getting to know them better, and creating win-win opportunities. And if you're looking for more ways to outshine your competitors on social media, check out my LinkedIn Master playlist in the top right. And if you haven't yet subscribed, I would be so honored if you join our growing community. Simply click on the Delaware Shoutout icon in the top left. Thanks, and see you in the next video. And if you're looking for more tips on how to outshine your competitors on social media, check out this way. Yeah, okay.